Now, did y'all watch Reunion Part 2 today? Let me know. Let me know because this may be a pretty short video. I don't know. But I did watch most of it. And a lot of what I noticed with this season 16 reunion part 2 is that they didn't even need a part 2. They should have, like, all the stuff that was in part 2, they could have cut out the sequences of them Porsha sleeping in the dressing room and all that, and put added a little bit of this part, and then next episode they could have like scooched them over there and just made it 2 episodes. They did not need no 3 episodes, but because they had 3 episodes, I guess we gonna talk about it. Okay, you said you getting ready to watch it. Okay, get ready to watch it. Okay, you said you waiting on it to come on Peacock. Okay, well, let me just touch on a few things, and of course I'll probably still talk about it tomorrow because it was late and I just wanted to do my unboxing because y'all see I didn't even have a what you call it, a thumbnail up. But a lot of the stuff that I had that I wanted to touch on was the Porsha and Shamea of it all, because it felt like to me that Shamea and Porsha, were they childhood friends? Probably. Did they grow up and go to the same elementary or middle school? Most likely. But were they tight besties? Absolutely not. I don't see them as being besties. Like, even when Shamea was on the show with Candy and Phaedra and all of that, it was always some tension between them. Shamea was hanging out with Candy. She didn't really care about Porsha. Porsha was just that girl she knew when she was growing up. So even now, when we seeing Shamea go so hard for, Porsha was my friend, and you saying that you went hard for Angela, but you call me a lapdog when I go hard for Porsha. To me, it's just a little tone deaf. And for you said Shamea and oh no, not thoughts. And for Shamea to not admit that there were some things that happened in the past that still bother her, like when she was at Portia's, what was it, the pampered Porsha party, where she got in her feelings about Porsha, the things that Porsha had said about her in the past, or doing threesomes or whatever it was she had said. And so now that Phaedra is back, all of those things are still coming back to light. And Shamea is acting like, oh, it's nothing. Oh, it's nothing. And Phaedra even, kind of got into her, like, I thought we were in a good place. And Shamea was like, well, the three of us have never talked about it. And I get that, Shamea, but if you never let anybody know that it bothered you, they would never know that there was a reason for, to sit down. So it feels like Shamea is kind of like, just holding some things in or trying to protect Porsha. That's what it's giving it to me. Like, she's still trying to protect this girl that she's known her entire life. But Porsha don't give a damn. Porsha don't do the same thing to Shamea. So Shamea's just caught out there between a rock and a hard place. Now, let me go back a little bit and talk about the Angela and Phaedra of it all. Like, Angela has been put on blast for weeks now by the two gentlemen who was actually at her gala, and that was Marcus and Alex. Okay. They have said that Angela actually extorted them and threatened to, expose Marcus's past if he did not say it was Phaedra, according to them. And today, like, I don't know who to believe. I don't know if it was production. I don't know if it was Angela. I don't know if Phaedra got her hand in it. But these receipts that Angela is bringing and the way Angela is acting is giving me that she got some role in it. Like, maybe it was Drew. Drew was there too. So Angela pulling this damn folder with Phaedra's brother info and saying that he's Facebook friends with Jenny from the block, and Jenny from the block went to school and it's only 3 schools in Athens. It's just too much with this manila folder. Now, it's interesting because people keep talking about Charles' infidelity. Is he cheating or is he not cheating? Did Phaedra hang out with him? Did she not? At the end of the day, now nobody even cares about that. Everybody's still just talking about who set up Angela, who brought these people to confront Angela with the fact that Charles was cheating. And maybe that's her goal, because now it's like nobody even, like, at this point, it's like we already know he cheating. But do we really care? Now she just want to know who brought the information. So I mean, I don't know. That kind of bothers me. Angela also talks about her the financial fallout with the foreclosures and everything. And again, people are cheering her on because she's basically telling her own story. She got in front of it, even though Phaedra brought it up at the season finale. Angela is saying, her real estate ventures are almost, she going broke. She had to walk away. It almost cost her and her husband millions of dollars, and it led to a lot of marital stress, a lot of emotional stress. And on top of that, with her mother passing away, she was like, she just couldn't deal with it all. So that kind of brought everything back down to like a level playing field. And people were like, oh, I'm just so sorry. And with Phaedra kind of saying, well, Angela, to be honest, I reached out to you, to help you, when your mom passed away, that's proof that, I'm not here to do you wrong. I'm not here to stab you in your back. So for you to accuse me of this stuff is kind of crazy. So they kind of just glossed that over, and it's crazy because with Angela accusing Phaedra of even doing it to secure her spot, like we said last week, Phaedra's spot was secure. Andy even said Phaedra's spot is secure. So what is the point, honey? What is the point? You said Phaedra is lying. You think Phaedra lying? How you think Phaedra lying? I think Drew got something to do with it. I think that's why Drew on the end of the couch, honestly, because Drew got a hand in Kenya's situation. Drew got a hand in the Marcus and the Alex situation. Remember, Drew was at the gala and she had to go and get Marcus and them to bring them over to actually confront Phaedra. Drew was always there. And Angela even said that Drew don't have her back. She be disappearing. It's like she light a fire and she disappear. So maybe it's Drew. Maybe Drew is the snake. I don't know. But whatever it is, it's getting old and it's tired. Okay. Now, hey, happy birthday, Kendra. Happy birthday, friend. You said it's definitely giving Drew. Y'all put in the chat who you think it is. Was is Phaedra the guilty one? Is Drew the guilty one? Or did Angela just do this to herself? I don't know. You said it's Drew and the producer. Drew is the producer. And then, Angela is giving me real fan of the show. Okay. Because in every situation, Angela keeps bringing up stuff that did not happen on this season. Okay. When Shamea and Porsha was going at it, we got Angela in the background saying, well, you didn't, it's all this stuff that you said about her in previous seasons. And she even said it to Phaedra, like, you've been known to lie and tell a story in previous It's like, girl, you weren't even here in previous seasons. Why are you talking about previous seasons? Why are you talking about what happened when you weren't here? And so, with the whole Angela situation, I don't know. I was liking Angela, but her keep bringing up stuff that happened when she wasn't here. Is giving real, I watch. And then she's using these trigger words too that all the blogs use. Phaedra was self-producing. That's what the blogs say. You know what I'm saying? So all of that kind of stuff is giving me Angela. Angela did her research. Angela is all on the blogs. Angela was in my DMs. Exactly. The rookie mistake she said to me, now that's going viral. She just said that on other platforms now, but she originally said it to me in my DMs. I made a rookie mistake. Okay. That's what she said. Okay. And so whatever this rookie mistake is, it's giving. I watched 16 seasons or 15 seasons of this show, and I know what to do to make them like me. And so Angela was pretty much floating the first 10 episodes. It was all, oh, Angela is the sleeper, we are team Angela. But then it came out that Angela is just insecure and just as crazy as everybody else. And now we got to figure out what's really going on. Did Angela do this? Like, I don't know. You said Angela needs to shut up. Who cares? You said Drew has been a snake every year since her and Ralph been getting a divorce. Oh Lord. Said Angela needs a publicist. Child, she needs somebody. So let me go back to my notes, child. And of course, we got to bring up Brit Eady. Brit Eady being a no-show. Andy reads Brit's message. He actually read Kenya's message. So Kenya's message is giving me that they asked Kenya to tweet a message so that they can read it if she wanted to, and she did. And so in Kenya's message, of course, she said, I'm disappointed to not be a part of the RHOA reunion taping today. Please know I take full accountability for my actions, excuse me, and deeply apologize to those affected, including Brittany, the cast, crew, guests, and viewers. I look forward to seeing you all back on Bravo soon. Child, that'll never happen. Especially since Brit filed that lawsuit on the day of the reunion. Kenya, soon it will be a very long time, in my humble opinion. Now, Brit also released a statement that had everybody gagging because Brit was basically, we talked about this when it happened. She said, as everyone is aware, I'm not attending the reunion. This was my decision. The events of this season have devastated me. And while I cannot say much right now, I do want to set the record straight about one thing. The graphic sexual photo in episode 5, the photo was not me. The episode makes clear I did not see the photo at the time. Now, we read through all of this and we know that Brit kind of redeemed herself in the final 3 episodes leading up to the finale. And even on the reunion, it feels to me that everybody is still piling on to Brit, especially now since she filed this lawsuit and she's not there. Everything is Brit's fault. Brit told me there was an alliance. Brit said this. Brit was showing me your text messages. Brit was, like she was doing what they say Drew was doing, starting fires and disappearing. And I don't know that Brit was doing that. It felt like to me, as I've said in previous episodes, that Brit was on an island by herself. Brit got kicked out of whatever alliance she was in when Kenya got the boot because, people were feeling the ways because of, her standing in her truth about Kenya. Now, speaking of that, Cynthia, it's very interesting that Porsha was saying that she talked to Kenya and Kenya is sorry and Kenya was just being Kenya and that's what Kenya does. She gets people back and Brit was wrong for what she said, but Kenya, even though Porsha admitted that she was working with Kenya to try to decide how to put the information out. And she said that Kenya told her that Drew gave her the information. So she knew that Kenya had the information. She knew that Kenya wanted to get it out there, and she was working with Kenya on, the dissemination of it. But Kenya decided to put it on poster boards, and that's where Porsha drew the line. Now it's giving Porsha you're just as guilty. Like I don't understand. Then you decide to be friends with Brit after the fact. It's yeah. Porsha is a snake. Porsha is a snake, just like they was calling Brit. Now, you saying what? Kenya should go to jail. Oh, and then it's interesting because as Porsha was revealing that she had spoke to Kenya as recently as the night before the reunion, um, Cynthia felt the ways because Cynthia was like, "That's supposed to be my friend," and I've been calling her for damn a year, and I haven't talked to her since the incident. She won't pick up the phone. She won't return my calls. And so it's interesting that she'll still talk to Porsha, okay, because her and Porsha were in an alliance, but she won't talk to Cynthia, who was her alleged bestie, all because Cynthia told her that what she did was wrong. But Porsha did the same thing. Porsha came outside and ripped the damn mics off and said, we wasted outfits and we need to go because this is unacceptable. So I don't understand. You said jail is crazy over a poster board. It's not a poster board. It's the fact that she was exposing explicit images to a room full of people without their permission. That could be some sort of sexual harassment. She did it at her place of work where there were actual cameramen who were on the clock. They didn't agree to be exposed to pornography. Okay. So, I don't know if jail is crazy or not, but she should have been fined. That's for sure. He said Cynthia called a silent stray. Yeah, I know some people just don't want to understand. I think some people do not want to understand. I mean, when you think about businesses, you can't go to your office and pull out a poster board of some naked woman sucking a zick in a conference room full of people. You can't do that. I mean, they would press charges against you for doing it. Okay, you don't know people's traumas. You don't know what's triggering the people. You don't know, and that's a form of sexual harassment. Um, you said, and if it wasn't Brit, she exposed someone else. Exactly. And okay, now let's get deep dive into that. Brit saying that it wasn't her leads them into even more legalities because Now you've been telling the whole wide world that Brit was on these poster boards zucking a zig. You've exposed her to all this scrutiny on social media. You got all these people in her messages and comments saying that she's a whore, she's this. You got people on the show calling her a whore because of what Kenya did. You got Angela saying she got stretch marks around her lips from zucking zig. So at the end of the day, it caused a chain reaction of people, defaming her. So I can see why she filed a lawsuit. Now, will she win? I don't know, but it's interesting. Like, put yourself in her position. She was a newbie on the show. She didn't come to work for all that. She did not come to work for all that. You said some people think that's normal. Okay. Porsha is a snake. Porsha is, we know she a snake now. We know she a snake, but she proved it in this last reunion when she said she was working with Kenya to disseminate the information. But as you know, she got that 20 million defamation lawsuit, and we'll figure out what's going on with that. We got the old alliances, the new alliances. You got Kelly and Brit, Brit, and Shamea. Well, Brit ain't there no more. And then you got Porsha. Well, it would have been Porsha and Kenya and maybe Cynthia. And then you got Drew and Angela. So it was 3 different coalitions. Okay. But it's interesting too that Angela called out Drew for like not having her back, not being there when she needed her. Like Drew kept, dropping, starting fires and leaving. Okay. What else? Let me see. Angela, after Angela called out Phaedra, I saw that Andy wanted to put that to bed. He was pretty much like, can you get along with this group or not? Because that gave me, do you want to be here or not? Okay. And of course, Angela said, well, yes, we good. So it must not have been too big of a thing if you can forgive her so easily. Now, another thing that was interesting, Andy also asked Phaedra why she did, how could she make the Real Housewives reunion and not make the Married to Medicine reunion? And Phaedra was honest. And Phaedra was like, them people don't value me over there. Pretty much, I didn't need to be there anyway. But I've always been a housewife, and this is where I belong. And so, Andy was pretty much, he agreed, and they let that go. Let me see, what else do I have? Drew has continued to deny any involvement in the Kenya allegations, but I still feel like Drew was a part of it. I got in my notes that she went to Carlos King's podcast and dismissed the allegations and basically said, did I go to Kinko's? Did I print them and download? Child, this a lot. I'm tired. No one knew that Kenya was looking up Brit. No one. No, it was not me. But on the show, when they blamed Drew for it, Drew never said it wasn't her. She just kept saying, that is crazy. Why would I do that? That is crazy. So she never denied it to me. So y'all go watch it. Y'all let me know if she denied it or not. It's given that she did it and she's not saying that she didn't. Um what else? Let's see. I guess that's all I got. Did I miss anything? Because really, the fallout with Shamea, did I talk about that? Uh Shamea's still in her feelings about, Porsha and Phaedra accusing her of having threesomes with Candy and Todd. Porsha not standing up for her, standing in the middle when all that drama was going on, basically encouraging it. And again, it felt like to me that a light bulb moment hit Shamea, and she realized that Porsha wasn't as good of a friend as she may have been to her. What else? Oh, Angela also accused Phaedra, yeah, when they was at the game, said Phaedra accused was gonna get somebody to beat her up. Like one of Phaedra's friends said, I got some hands. That didn't make any sense either. So again, I want Angela to stop running with this targeting Phaedra narrative. I get it. Phaedra is now the queen of the show since she came back. She wasn't there but like 2 weeks filming, and it's like everybody is gunning for Phaedra. I don't understand. Like I'm not even a Phaedra fan like that, and it's not making sense. What else had happened? The beef with Phaedra. Kelly. I don't really have much to say about Kelly except she didn't like that Porsha was comparing her marriage to hers. Other people are accusing Kelly of lying about, the bodyguard, lying about needing a bodyguard, and they said that her husband had been reaching out to other people and telling them stories. But let me see what else. What else? I guess that's it, yeah. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the chat. Did anybody want to call in? It is late in Atlanta. You said Shamea and Porsha. She said the person's name who said it. I believe Angela on that one. Oh, I believe she was doing actual thing. Oh, you do? Sheree would have been on this season, but the money wasn't right. I know. I told y'all that. You must have got that from straight from the A. I like Charles too. I liked her at the reunion. Is redundant at this point. Phaedra did not do it. Okay. Tasha said the reunion was draining. I wish Brit was there. I wish Brit was there too, because it just felt like he say she say when it came to Brit. Like Porsha was telling them, Brit told me that y'all was in an alliance. Brit told me that you showed her my text message. That's what Brit said. And Brit wasn't there to confirm or deny it. So I don't know. I guess it worked in Portia's favor that Brit wasn't there. Angela riding Phaedra's coattails for a storyline and especially when she said that Phaedra was breaking into rooms. What rooms is Phaedra breaking in? Phaedra got a whole Emmy award for being on Traitors. What room did she break in? I don't know. I'm not like a Phaedra stan. I'm not like a Phaedra cheerleader, but Phaedra didn't have to break into nowhere. Phaedra was there. Mhm. It's given that maybe Candy is pulling some strings behind the scenes and got Angela going at Phaedra, because it's not making sense to me how hard she's going at Phaedra. Going back on her words about Drew can't sing. I'm drained now. But anyway, I love y'all. I appreciate that, y'all. This was a quick late night live. Who are the new girls for season 17 that I have been hearing about? I haven't heard about any new people. I heard that they want at least 3 new people, but I haven't heard about who they've been looking at. I need to put my ear to the street, child. I do. I did hear that Drew was on the chopping block. It's a possibility Drew might not be back. Okay. I don't know who else might not be back, but I know Phaedra says she back for season 17. And I'm sure Porsha is back. So we shall see, child. You said Candy is salty about Phaedra's Emmy. Probably. I think Candy might be salty about Phaedra being back, period. That's what I think. I'm gonna go and get my peach puree and my limes that Porsha sent me. And I'm gonna go and I'm gonna make me a cocktail before I go to bed. So shout out to Cocktail Courier and Porsha Williams for my peach please margarita kit. It's gonna put me to sleep. They sent me fresh limes and everything, child, and a bottle of tequila. I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna make me one and some peach puree. I talked about it when I first started the live. It came from Porsha. Don't make me call Porsha. So I appreciate it. Okay. Like this video, please. Thank you. Like this video. And you said be safe. We gonna pray over it, because I don't feel like people be that's not the way my God works. I don't think people will send me stuff to kill me. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna make me a cocktail. You said I ain't waking up till 2. Child, who knows? You know it. As soon as I drink this cocktail, I'm gonna sleep good though. Okay.